On our IVT, we fish in three big research streams. The first is inclusive leadership, and this is the study of leadership models and behaviors that improve outcomes for employees. Outcomes such as inclusion, the experience of decent and meaningful work, and the development and advancement of leaders from minoritized groups. So to give you an example, our team is currently conducting a systematic narrative review of the last decade of servant leadership literature related to race, ethnicity, and gender. And we want to explore how individual leaders who don't fit the leader prototype experience servant leadership. Specifically, will women and people of color be perceived as legitimate servant leaders, or does their race, ethnicity, or gender complexify and nuance that experience? The second stream of research is storytelling. We're interested in narratives because they reflect what we believe about ourselves, who we are, and the organizations for which we work. Small and big stories help us make sense of the world. They also enable us to give sense to others about the world. We're actually going to tie storytelling in with the concept of deep time. We want to experiment with varying time horizons. Deep time really is multi-generational time. You think about one's lifetime, maybe a 70 years. Well, multiply that 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and you get deep time. And we're wondering if we embed stories with deep time, might we be able to nudge people to think differently about difficult, intractable, wicked problems in the world or in the organization, and prioritize longer-term versus shorter-term priorities. Satterwhite, who's a leadership researcher, suggests that time agility is the new frontier of collective leadership for these complex times. Finally, the third stream of research is faith, spirituality, and values in the workplace. I believe that faith, spirituality, values inform our understanding and experience of work. Just to give an example, a 2014 Pew Research Center survey indicated that 53% of people in the U.S. feel that religion is really important in their lives. Well, most people don't want to check their values at the door when they go to work. They want to be able to bring their values to work in an authentic way, in an authentic and respectful way. And in a context, a societal context that is increasingly diverse, demographically speaking, religiously speaking, it becomes important to understand the role of religion and faith and values in the workplace. So currently our team is conducting a phenomenological study on faith-based employee resource groups. We want to understand what the experience of these groups are, what their challenges are. And broadly speaking, there's not a lot of literature on ERGs. But what's exciting about them is that these groups that are founded on the basis of a common cause, a social identity, or an occupation, provide employees with a space to belong, to have voice and power, to develop themselves, and to cross-collaborate with people from other groups. Organizations can leverage ERGs to advance DE&I efforts, for example, at a very organic level. So to sum up, if you were to join my research team, you'd have the opportunity to collaborate on projects exploring inclusive leadership, storytelling, and values. If these research streams are compelling to you, please consider applying to SPU's IO program.